Welcome to Carol and Gary's See America Tour.
Hello again, everyone. After a short 60-minute drive on Thursday, July 22nd, Carol, Jasper, and I are now in Webster, New Hampshire. On Friday, July 23rd, Carol and I visited the New Hampshire State House in nearby Concord. New Hampshire became the 9th state on June 21st, 1788. They are the 5th smallest state by area and the 10th least populated. As I said while we were in Vermont, New Hampshire's nickname is the Granite State. The New Hampshire State House was built between 1816 and 1819. New Hampshire granite was split and hammered by inmates at the state prison to keep the costs down. With the exception of an expansion between 1864 and 1865 and another between 1909 and 1910, the New Hampshire State House is the oldest state house in the nation in which the legislature still occupies its original chambers. Members of the New Hampshire legislature are elected to a 2-year term. Each member is paid $100 per year plus mileage for their service. Yes, for that money they do work part-time. The New Hampshire State Senate is made up of 24 members and meet in this room. Visitors are welcome to watch the proceedings from this balcony where I am filming. New Hampshire State House of Representatives is made up of 400 members, the largest group of any state House of Representatives in America. Here is their meeting room being refurbished over the summer break. Like the legislature, the governor is elected to a 2-year term. His job is full-time. We did not get to see the governor's office during our tour. New Hampshire has a 5-person executive council who acts as advisors to the governor. Councilors are elected to a 2-year term with no term limits. New Hampshire is the first state to hold a U.S. presidential primary election every 4 years. It's written into the state constitution that they will always hold their primary before any other state. If some other state moves up that primary date, New Hampshire moves their date forward as well. The Secretary of State is responsible for registering anyone who wants to run in this primary. If you want to get your presidential election off to a good start, come to New Hampshire and do well in their debate. On Saturday, July 24th, Carol, Jasper, and I visited the famous Contoocook Railroad Covered Bridge in Hopkinton, New Hampshire, 5 miles from where we are staying. The Contoocook Railroad Bridge was built in 1889 for the Concord and Claremont Railroad across the Contoocook River and is believed to be the oldest surviving railroad bridge in the world. It carried trains until 1960. The bridge is 140 feet 1 inches long and has an overall width of 21 feet 6 inches. The roadway inside the bridge is 15 feet 1 inches and has a maximum vertical clearance of 19 feet 4 inches. Trees block much of our view of the bridge's exterior, so it was difficult to take pictures, but here is the interior of the bridge, now a section of a walking trail. Here is the Contoocook River flowing below the bridge. I don't know what the normal level of the river is, but a person we talked to while walking around said that it was higher than normal due to all the rain they'd had in the previous 5 weeks. Next to the bridge is a depot that was built in 1849 as one of the first substantial railroad passenger stations west of Concord on the Concord and Claremont Railroad. The depot is one of the best preserved gabled-roofed railroad stations surviving from the first decade of railroad development in New Hampshire. On Sunday, July 25th, Carol, Jasper, and I drove 20 miles north of Webster, New Hampshire to Profile Falls. Profile Falls is approximately 10 miles south of Welton Falls, which we visited last week, but our neighbor at our last campground recommended that we visit Profile Falls, so we decided to work it into this week's schedule. To give you an idea of what Profile Falls typically looks like, here is a picture off the internet from last year. But due to the rains we've been getting, here's what Profile Falls looked like on Sunday. On Monday, July 26th, Carol and I drove back to Concord to visit the McAuliffe-Shepard Discovery Center. This museum was opened in 1990 as a tribute to two astronauts, Krista McAuliffe and Alan Shepard. In 1985, Krista McAuliffe was a social studies teacher in Concord, New Hampshire. Along with 11,000 other applicants, she applied for and was later selected to participate in NASA's Teacher in Space project and was scheduled to become the first teacher in space. As a member of Space Shuttle mission STS-51, she was planning to conduct experiments and teach 2 lessons from the Space Shuttle Challenger. But during the launch from Cape Canaveral on January 28, 1986, the shuttle broke apart 1 minute and 13 seconds after launch, killing everyone on board. Alan Shepard was born and raised in Derry, New Hampshire. He graduated from the U.S. Naval Academy in 1944. After graduation, he went on to be a naval aviator and a test pilot. In 1959, he was selected as one of the original NASA Mercury 7 astronauts, and in 1961, he became the second man and the first American to travel into space. In 1971, at the age of 47, he became the 5th person to walk on the moon. Although the McAuliffe-Shepard Discovery Center was named after 2 famous astronauts, there was much more to see at the center. The museum's mission is to engage minds, making learning fun, and inspiring people of all ages to pursue lifelong learning about our universe. Visitors can delve into the world of astronomy, aviation, earth and space sciences. One display that I thought was interesting was that you could create a small tornado by pressing a button. The most severe tornadoes are usually linked to supercells, which are extremely large thunderstorms that involve well-defined internal rotation called a mesocycle. These storms frequently form where cold, dry polar air meets warm, moist tropical air, as is often the case in the central part of the United States. A change in wind direction, coupled with an increase in the wind speed with increasing height, create an invisible, horizontal spinning effect in the lower atmosphere. Next, an updraft forms. Warm, lighter air is quickly pushed upwards as it is displaced by colder, dense air from an approaching cold front. The updraft lifts the rotating air from horizontal to vertical, forming a mesocyclone. The mesocyclone, now 2 to 6 miles wide, extends through much of the storm. Once it is spinning and being fed by warm, moist air from below, tornadoes may form. The visible signs include a rotating funnel cloud carrying a violent mass of dust and debris. While most tornadoes are caused by supercells, not all supercells form tornadoes. Another display was about the weather station on top of Mount Washington. 6,288-foot Mount Washington is on the northern end of the White Mountains in northern New Hampshire. It is the tallest mountain on the east coast and is known as the most dangerous small mountain in the world. The highest wind velocity ever recorded at any surface weather station was logged there on April 12, 1934. That wind speed was 231 miles an hour. Well, I'm going to close out this video right here, relax a little, and then start packing up for our move to Maine on Thursday. Like Vermont, New Hampshire is very beautiful. New Hampshire is the 44th state that Carol and I have visited together. If you like this video but have not yet subscribed, please do so to be notified of future videos, and as always, feel free to share with your friends. Thanks for watching.